Welcome back. Today on the Gem Cutter's Craft, we're going to be watching Victoria recut the crown of a Tanzanite. So the first thing she's got to do is attach it to a dop so she's got something to hold on to. So she heats up her wax, she heats up the stone a little bit, and she presses them together, and then she just needs to build a really nice supportive wax cone shape so that it will hold the stone securely while she's cutting. Now the second thing she needs to do is to align the face of the stone with the lap, so she's pressing the stone against her polishing lap while the wax is still hot and getting everything lined up. Here you can see how the stone is perpendicular with the dop. One of her most important steps here is reshaping the stone. The shoulders of this oval leave a little bit to be desired, so she's just very subtly reshaping it, taking out a few little chips along the way, and just making everything perfect. But she can't push in too far because we're not going to cut the pavilion on this stone, so she doesn't want to make the girdle too thick. Once she's got her shape well formed and any chips out, she's going to align the stone into the dop and make sure it's lined up. Her oval shape should be aligned to her index gear. And here we can see this stone is extremely abraded. This has been worn a lot. All of the facets are almost completely gone, as you can see. So she's going to start by cutting in a new table, redefining what has been lost. So she's got a center point to focus on, two defining limits between the table and the girdle. Once she's got her table cut into the right size, she can do all the rest of the stone, but first the table needs to be perfectly cut in. She cuts in to get rid of any abrasion and also any inclusions that might reach the surface along the way. When we look at the new table, we can see that there is actually a surface reaching inclusion that's opened up, so she's going to cut a little bit more to go underneath of it and polish the rest out. So she cuts in a little bit more, and then she can go on and cut the rest of the 8 mains. So here we can see all of the 8 mains have been cut in, and now she can go ahead and cut all of the rest of the facets. The 8 star facets, the 16 break facets, putting everything together to make that beautiful, eye-catching, brilliant crown design, and here it is. Notice how symmetrical, how balanced, how even all the facets are. All the meet points are perfectly touching, nothing's overlapping, and the table's a nice size. So now it's time to go through and polish all of those perfect facets and make sure that everything's still perfect at the end. So she goes through one by one and polishes each facet from the table to the stars to the mains to the breaks, getting each facet perfectly polished with no scratches, no streaks, and all the meet points balanced and even. And after she finishes all the facets, there's still one step left to go, which is polishing the girdle, smoothing everything out, making it shine, and then we can see the final look. The balanced facets, the perfect meet points, the beautiful polish that lets the light come in and shine. And when we compare this to the previous stone, we can see just how bad this original stone was. The light couldn't even pass through the abrasion because it was so damaged from wear. Now we've got a well-cut, symmetrical shape. After all that work, we can see the beautiful Tanzanite color radiating out from the stone. The new brilliant cut on top lets the light in and makes the color truly sensual and more saturated. So what do you think? How did she do? Let us know in the comments and come back for another one on the Gem Cutter's Craft.